Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, playing some more Scrap Mechanic. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed the past couple episodes of the viewer creations. I want to thank Moonbow for sending those over, and I will be looking at more of those in the future. But today we're back in the post-apocalyptic Farmbot world, and I've almost finished this factory. And this factory has been a pain in my rear end. This thing has taken way longer than I was hoping it would, but I'm really happy with the progress. Maybe I'm going to throw in maybe some little videos here in one of the corners, and you can kind of see from the last episode to this episode the progress that has been made. But yeah, hopefully next episode we'll have this finished up and we'll move on to the next phase of whatever I'm going to do. Maybe it's another vehicle, maybe it's another area of this map. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to hear you guys' suggestions below. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and park these vehicles. These are from a couple of the episodes before, so if you'd like to check those out, I'm sure you can find those. But yeah, let's go look at the Farmbot factory. Alright guys, I had to make sure everything was in place and ready to go here. First thing we're going to look at what's changed, and I want to point this out. You notice the game is pretty smooth out here. There is something weird going on, and that's why I'm kind of cautious about this area. It's running smooth right now. But this is funny, from the last episode, you notice when I would go into the gate, I would pick up lag. Well, that is a thing all over this area here. This side of the fence, or this side of the wall, I'm okay. And I created a hole down here. Now watch what happens when I jump on the other side. See the little bit of lag I'm getting here? And I don't really understand why it's doing that. I'm just not sure. It's been kind of puzzling, because I thought maybe it had something to do with the fence in the front. But then I went around here and made a hole and went through it, and I was like, well, it's still doing the same thing. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. I've adjusted graphics settings. I played around with certain blocks to see if I can get it to stop doing that, and it just hasn't stopped. So not sure, but like I said, bear with me. The episode might not be running as smooth as they normally run, but it's just something I'm going to work on and see if we can fix. But yeah, this gate is now on a controller. You can see a little intercom system there. And instantly, if you remember what the building looked like from the last video, you can see that it's changed. It has gone through a little bit of wear and tear. There's this new glass front to the top of it. We'll go up there in a second. I've actually got a second story here. We had that elevator in there before, and I've built a whole top section up here. But yeah, nothing much changed. And nothing much has changed right here. This is the front door. Go ahead and open that up. Those are those sliding doors. Those are really neat. But yeah, you can instantly see there's a new security section here. It's like a metal detector. Just like this little area you'd have to check in before you come into the factory. I put the little sensors there. Again, just like a little bit of an alarm. Thought that was pretty cool. What else do we have here in the front? Well, like I said, you're noticing a lot more holes in the wall. I didn't quite destroy this area like I thought I was going to. I got to where I was like building and trying to make everything look nice. So I don't know. I'm kind of debating on what exactly I'm going to finish up here. But yeah, you can see there's a hole in the wall here. There was the front offices. I've got some offices furnished. There's still quite a few empty rooms in this building. It's just trying to figure out what type of like furniture I want to put in there and what I want to actually just do with those rooms. Let's go over here. This is another office. And you know, I think I've screwed this door up. I don't know why I put the hinge on that side. Normally I should put it on this left side. But yeah, I'll go fix that here in a minute. Got a couple more holes here. You can kind of see up through the ceiling right there. We're going to go over here. Let's use this elevator. Elevator, you notice now there's a glass backing on it. And you can kind of peek into the factory. We're not going to look at it quite yet. Now, I'm pretty proud with what's going on up here. I haven't really filled it out, but these are like administrative offices. Say the bigwigs, the bosses, and all that would be up here. I just completely... This took a while to figure out what exactly I wanted to do with it. You've got that glass in the front. You can look out in the factory. I'm not going to look out yet because I want to save the factory for the last part. But yeah, the offices here, they're all empty. I'm still deciding what I want to put in them. And I'm not really sure. You know, I thought a lot of this was like lagging because I just had so much stuff, but it seems like there's something else going on. So I'm thinking like all the stuff that I'm putting up here hasn't really affected it because it's kind of stabilized. It stayed the same amount of like lag. So Maybe I could put a lot of stuff up here. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see the big old hole right there. It's just like a big area of like me building this and then taking it apart. And it's just kind of weird doing that. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't destroy this factory like I thought I was going to. I have a little bit of a theory. You know, this is a Farmbot factory. This is where everything went wrong. But my theory about this whole thing is maybe the machines are still active. They're still building, you know, new machines. So that's why I didn't completely destroy this building. I wanted to have like some working factory equipment. So that's my story that I'm going with here. At first, I thought I was going to completely just obliterate this area, but I kind of like it the way it is. So anyways, to get to the main factory floor, we're going to go around here to the right. And as you can see, there's a big hole up there, but we'll look at that here in a second. I've got a destroyed door here. It somewhat works, or it tries to work. You can see the one laying over here. Somebody suggested just to do that. But yeah, one of the first things you probably notice is the huge hole in the side of the wall. Now, I tried to keep some of that rubble when I was cutting it apart, but that did create a lot of lag, so I had to unfortunately get rid of all those little spare parts in order to just like try to stabilize this area. But yeah, first thing you'll probably notice besides that is all the equipment that's in here now. Now, I haven't completely filled this floor out, and that's what I'm working on currently. But I think it looks really cool. We got some really cool equipment in here. And this whole area, I mean, this whole thing took forever to fill in. I'll probably post some of the video of like what this looked like last time. If you remember last time, this whole room, this wasn't even really a room. So a lot of progress has been made there. Here, this is kind of like a CNC machine. It doesn't really work. Got some storage over here to the right. Got some Farmbot heads. Now, this machinery right here, this is something that I'm working on. Now, at first, I was going to have a bunch of bearings for these rollers, but that was going to create a lot of lag, so the rollers, unfortunately, don't move. But you can crank these up. You hear the little alarm sound. I've got an engine in there. Kind of makes a little bit of noise. Doesn't really do anything. You've got this little assembly line, and these robots. I'm trying to figure out how I want to make these move. I just made them dance around a little bit. I've got them all hooked down here to this controller, and I want to figure out like my theory is whatever's the Farmbot that's being built comes rolling down here, and the final touches are done by these little automated hands, and they go from side to side. So let's go ahead and look in here. This is where the alarm was going off, and I just have that electric motor. I mean, that's a gas motor just sitting in there just to create some sort of noise when you turn the machine on. But yeah, thought that was pretty cool. I still have to finish the back end of those all this equipment. I'm just not 100% sure what I'm going to do with it. I just kind of ran out of time here. Now, if you notice these yellow lines in a lot of factories, they have like safe zones where everybody should be walking instead of going around the heavy equipment. So that's what those yellow lines are there for. But yeah, like I said, this whole machinery part, it's in half right now. I've got to create the other half in this big empty area. Just not sure yet of what I'm going to add to it. I'd like to hear some suggestions for what you guys want to see in here. Over here is a empty bin. This is where we gather the metal to, I guess, melt down and make the Farmbots. So you've got this bin here, and you would load up on this conveyor belt. From here, it'll travel all the way down, and it'll go into that machinery down there. Like I said, I really wish I could have done the bearings, but it's already lagging, so I didn't want to create even more of a problem. But yeah, you've got two switches here. One turns on just a gas motor to produce a little bit of sound. The other one tips the pot. Now, everything, in theory, would go up this pipe, come down into the pot, and I'd have something under it. You'd melt it down, and you'd hit this switch here, and you can tip the pot over. I've been looking at a lot of pictures from like factories online, and just kind of getting a feel for what equipment I want to put in here. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with what I've got so far. Yeah, but that's about it for equipment in here. I'm still working. Hopefully by the next episode we'll have this done. The main thing that took so long was the building itself. The walls are 2 layers. The outside layer is the brick, the inside's the concrete. The floor, it's 3 layers high. The ground was really uneven, so I wanted to cover all of that up. But yeah, I didn't destroy this thing like I thought I was going to. The theory that I'm going with is the whole fact that the farm bots are still producing themselves. So they're creating more farm bots and they're maintaining this equipment in here. But yeah, I am super satisfied with what I've gotten so far, even though I didn't have the most time this week. I found plenty of time to do this. But yeah, we're going to have more of this coming up. More vehicle builds, more viewer creations, more other games coming up. I didn't really do anything else this week. I knew that I needed to focus on Scrap Mechanic, the whole fact of that's my main series, and I didn't really have time to play anything else. But next week, I've got a couple other games that I'm looking at for my 1,000 or 10,000 sub, 10,000 sub update video. You guys gave off a lot of good suggestions of games that you wanted to see me play, so we're going to play some of those, continue this. Just got a whole bunch of fun coming up. Now, next week still is going to be kind of crazy work schedule-wise with Memorial Day coming up, but once we pass that hump, I think things will get better, and I'll be even more consistent with my uploads. So, like I said, thank you guys for your patience. It's been amazing, and before we go, I'm going to point this out. I've been asked this a lot. Pull your connection tool out. If you ever go into my worlds and you cannot find anything, please pull that tool out. I just remembered that. I was trying to remember. It's like, I need to mention this in the video. I've been asked this question a lot. So just remember to pull that connection tool out if you want to find the vehicles and the contraptions in my world. It's just something that's been mentioned a whole lot recently. But yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to like and subscribe, we've got plenty more videos coming up. And we'll see you guys next time.